DJI just launched the Osmo Pocket 4P, and on paper, it's the most capable pocket gimbal the company has ever built. But because of DJI's ongoing FCC situation, that camera can't officially reach US shelves. Stepping into the gap is the Xtra Muse 2 Pro, a camera that shares an almost identical spec sheet, launching in the US at a lower price. So let's break both of them down and see which actually makes sense depending on where you live and what you shoot. This is where the Muse 2 Pro pulls ahead on more than just spec sheet parity. It has a dual-side flip touchscreen that swings outward from either edge of the body, instead of DJI's fixed rotating display, useful if you're constantly switching between filming yourself and shooting forward. It also has a 1/4-inch mounting thread built directly into the body, so tripods and selfie sticks don't need an adapter. And the USB-C port sits on the side of the grip rather than the bottom, which makes plugging in a mic or battery mid-shoot noticeably less fiddly. DJI's Pocket 4P sticks with its familiar rotating screen design at 230 grams, with color options in classic black and pearl white. It's proven, but it's not evolving the physical interaction the way the Muse 2 Pro is trying to. Both are dual lens systems built around a 1-inch main sensor and a dedicated telephoto, no more digital cropping pretending to be zoom. The Pocket 4P pairs a 1-inch wide sensor at 20mm equivalent f-stop 2.0 with a 60mm telephoto on a 1x1.28-inch sensor at f-stop 1.8. That 60mm lens is DJI's answer to years of pocket gimbal complaints. Wide lenses distort faces, and 60mm gives you genuine portrait compression and real optical background blur instead of software fakery. The Muse 2 Pro claims nearly the same layout, a 1-inch CMOS main lens at 20mm equivalent and a 60mm equivalent telephoto, though on a smaller 1x2.8-inch sensor. On paper, it reads like the same camera, but there's a catch worth flagging up front. Independent teardowns of Xtra's earlier Muse found identical internals to DJI's Osmo Pocket 3, right down to matching thermal behavior. So take the Muse 2 Pro's numbers as directionally accurate, not independently verified the way DJI's are. This is where DJI separates itself from the pack, and this time the competition is claiming to match it stride for stride. The Pocket 4P is rated at 17 stops of dynamic range on the main sensor, in the same territory as cameras like the Sony a7S III and a device that weighs 230 grams. DJI gets there using low-fix sensor technology, paired with a new 10-bit D-Log2 color profile capable of over 1 billion colors. The Muse 2 Pro also advertises up to 17 stops. Whether that number holds up the way DJI's does is genuinely unclear. DJI's figure comes from an official product launch with backing technical detail, while Xtra's is a company claim on a device still in early access. If you care about verified performance over marketing copy, that gap matters more than the spec sheet suggests. Both cameras top out at 4K, and both claim up to 240 FPS for slow motion, a 10-time slow-mo ceiling on paper for either device. DJI backs this with an electronic shutter reaching 1/16,000th of a second and 10-bit D-Log2, though that log profile is main lens only, the telephoto doesn't get it. Xtra hasn't published the same granularity of shutter or per-lens color specs for the Muse 2 Pro, so we can't confirm whether its telephoto handles color grading the same way. Neither camera does 8K here. This generation is about frame rate and dynamic range, not resolution. Both cameras offer 3 times optical zoom from wide to telephoto, extending to roughly 12 times through digital or hybrid zoom. DJI additionally offers 6 times lossless zoom via in-sensor cropping. Xtra hasn't detailed an equivalent lossless step for the Muse 2 Pro, so if incremental zoom quality matters to your shots, DJI currently has the more documented system. DJI's ActiveTrack 8.0 keeps people, vehicles, pets, or moving objects locked in frame even at 12 times zoom, with auto-framing for multiple subjects. Xtra hasn't published tracking benchmarks with the same detail for the Muse 2 Pro, even though its marketing leans on the same ActiveTrack style language. Until independent testing lands, treat DJI's tracking claims as the more trustworthy of the two. Both ship with 103 gigabytes of built-in storage, identical numbers right down to the gigabyte. DJI supports micro SD expansion up to 1 terabyte and quotes around 210 minutes of runtime per charge. Xtra's differentiator isn't capacity, it's workflow, a screen-off transfer feature that auto-offloads 4K footage to your phone once the display is powered down and the camera's back in your pocket. If you shoot all day and hate manually pulling files, that's a genuinely useful convenience DJI currently doesn't offer. This is the part that matters more than any spec on this page. The Osmo Pocket 4P launched officially on June 29th at CNY 3,799, about $525 in China. It is not launching in the US. DJI has been on the FCC's Covered List since late 2025, after a mandated national security audit missed its December deadline, which blocks new DJI hardware from FCC certification entirely. If you're in America, buying one means gray market importing, no warranty, and no official support. The Muse 2 Pro is built specifically to fill that gap. Its early access standard combo is positioned under $700 in the US, undercutting Insta360's Luna Ultra at $770. No final pricing or release date is locked in yet, so treat that number as a floor rather than a promise. If you're outside the US and can buy the Osmo Pocket 4P through normal retail, this isn't much of a debate. It's DJI's own engineering, backed by DJI's own support, at a lower price than the alternative filling in for it in America. Buy the original. If you're in the US, the choice isn't really DJI versus Xtra. It's wait for a legitimate path to DJI hardware versus buy a company with a documented history of shipping DJI's internals under a different name. The Muse 2 Pro's design changes, the flip screen, the built-in tripod thread, and the relocated USB-C port are real, useful improvements that suggest Xtra is starting to iterate rather than just copy. If those conveniences matter to you and you're comfortable with the ecosystem risk, it's a legitimately compelling stand-in. But go in with clear eyes about which numbers are verified and which are marketing claims from a company still building trust. For creators who need dual-lens pocket gimbal performance today and can't wait, the Muse 2 Pro is the pragmatic pick. For anyone who values buying from the company that actually engineered the technology and has legal access to it, the Osmo Pocket 4P is still the better camera. You just might not be allowed to own one.